thought they did well. It was that's a different atmosphere, for those guys. And I think you could tell that these guys have been on the big stage here at Oklahoma, played in a lot of big games, because I thought they all handled themselves very well. And it's difficult because it's unique. You can't simulate that, all the pressures. But our guys did a great job. Yeah, I think everybody was happy with how they performed, and I know certainly the feedback here through the event and even after here from the last few minutes has been really positive.
Lincoln, I know it's not fair because you've seen him do a lot of things, workouts, since he's been here, but do you think it doesn't bother teams that when you talk to teams, does it not bother them to not see him go through testing like he did?
Kyler?
Yes.
Yeah. For him, it was just a matter of, does it make sense to run and do all those things? And I mean, not that everybody can do this, but I mean, he's athletically so far beyond anything in this game and anything in that league either at that position that there's just really honestly not much point to it. I mean, and when you've got to get ready to throw, which is when you don't do it at the combine, which you chose not to do, then you certainly want to don't do anything that hinders that. You can risk injury. I mean, there's a lot of things that could happen when you do all that different testing. So his quickness and speed, I think the tape speak for themselves, and really there really wasn't anything to gain from him doing that today.
Now, are you referring to the measuring the height, or are you speaking to other things?
No, more just the more the movement testing drills. I mean, we're pretty standard with all our guys. If they've been to the combine, listen, they measure everything you can measure on a human being and do it to it's as tight as you'll measure the shortest you'll ever measure in your life at the combine. So there's just really not a whole lot of sense in putting all these guys that have just been measured, hand sizes, height, all the different measurements that they take. There's not much sense in doing that. Now, we do weights on the guys, because certainly in a couple of weeks your weight can fluctuate, so they got weights on all our guys, but we did not let them measure anything with any of our combine guys.
So it wasn't just
no, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
How much can you quantify a day like today for the program?
Yeah, it's great. It'll be fun to see. I know a lot of people, I'm sure, keeping up with it around the world, around the country, all the attention that it gets. I mean, there's not another pro day out there like this one right now, and so that's a lot of fun. And the great thing here is, again, it just hasn't been just 1 year here and there. I mean, this has been a pretty consistent run of elite pro days, and hopefully those continue. And it's great for our guys now, great for our current players, and certainly great for our recruits.
Does your role change a lot today? I mean, you're a coach still, but these guys are going pro, so you change your role a little bit?
Yeah, you're not out there coaching. It's more conversating with the different people from all the different organizations that are here and catching up with our guys and supporting them. And it's a fun day. You see a lot of hard work kind of culminate and these guys kind of in the biggest job interview of their life right now. And to see them all do well is a pretty good feeling.
Do you have any role in how things going, or is it their agents and how they handle that? How do you feel?
A case-by-case basis. Some guys, their team, agent, all that, kind of take it on and go from there. Some guys we give a lot of feedback to. So it's case by case. We don't try to step in, but we're certainly there when they need us and try to give them the best guidance that we can.
What do you think of Curtis Bolton in particular? 4.53, 40, 38-inch vertical jump. How do you do for himself?
Yeah, he raised some eyes. He definitely did. He wasn't on a lot of people's radar, with the previous years, the injuries and just simply not being on the field a whole lot. But with his production this year, he was on the radar, and some of his testing numbers jumped out. Was a guy that we got asked about a lot, and was, I think, certainly a guy that helped himself and probably earned himself an opportunity.
Kind of a philosophical question here, but how has the position of quarterback changed over the last few years? How does Kyler Murray's skill set fit into where the position is going?
Well, the position's changed. Maybe a little bit. The offenses are evolving, which, and that's such a focal point of offenses that position's naturally going to evolve as well. But I think more than anything, it's perceptions have changed, and people are now, not scared to draft somebody that 10 years ago would have been too short, and they're seeing guys have success, and I think starting to pay more attention to skill sets and actually how tall a guy is, and so I mean, how many 6'5" quarterbacks have been drafted throughout the years that can't play dead, you know? And so I think that's helped. The success of some of the smaller quarterbacks has helped. But, I mean, this guy's skill set it's good in any era, any offense, any time. You know, he showed it again today.
How much should he thank Baker Mayfield as well for sort of helping that evolution?
Yeah, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. He, you know, the success of Baker certainly coming out of this system, I think absolutely helps. But then the success of Russell Wilson, success of Michael Vick, success of Drew Brees. I mean, there's been a number that have done well. So, you know, all those guys have helped pave the way, no question.
As best you can, could you compare Baker's performance to Kyler's? And then the second question, with people you talked to afterwards, after they saw the throwing, was there any conversation with you that was either more complimentary or less of Kyler?
Oh, it was super complimentary. I mean, there's quite a few people there that haven't seen him throw live before, and you get a perception in your mind of what you think somebody's going to be like, and then when you see it in person, it was very, very, very strong performance. I mean, no question about it. You go travel any pro day anywhere you want to, you're not going to see another throwing performance like that. So it was really strong. You know, Baker threw the ball well last year. You know, it was, you know, Baker had a little bit bigger crew, you know, and we had a few more guys working out at the pro day last year, you know, where we had to kind of piece Kyler's together a little bit. You know, great to have Geno Lewis in town, you know, some great Sooners. Jarvis Baxter, great to have him. Great to have him back. Thought he did a great job. We even brought up Charleston Rambo from our team just to make sure we had enough bodies. So there was actually a lot of limited time for Kyler to work with these guys. And I thought, considering the limited prep for it, I mean, it was pretty darn sharp.
What'd you think of Rambo?
Rambo did great. You know, he got out of class. We had to golf cart him over, warm him up, and then he jumps onto a pretty big stage. So for a young cat, yeah, he jumped in there and did well.
Lincoln Marcus Brown said he hoped that teams would recognize, what he did to try and play and not get surgery where some guys might have skipped the bowl game. Can you give us any insight on kind of what that time was like with him? Did you advise him, hey, you don't have to do this if you don't want to do anything like that, knowing the severity of it?
Oh, they always know that with me. I mean, that goes without saying. I mean, it's their body. You know, it's not my body. It's their life. It's not my life. And so always their health is always going to be at the forefront of everything that we do. That was a hard time for him just because he wanted to play in the game so bad, wanted to play well in the game. It was important to him for a ton of reasons. But, yeah, I think the feedback from scouts, GMs, head coaches, all that on Marquise has been him trying to gut it out is a positive, because you're right. A lot of guys would have ducked out of that, but, you know, a lot of guys don't place the value on the team like this kid does. So it's, and it's not going to hurt him a bit. You know, everybody knows the kind of player he is. You turn on the tape. He's the most dynamic receiver in this draft and has been a tremendous Sooner for us.
Looking at Kyler's 66 throws, I think one was maybe a mock play action, or one that he really pulled up. Was it a focal point to show, hey, here's what I can do from the pocket?
Yeah, I think the pocket, and then just obviously wanted to get him under center some, you know, so I thought Coach Zorn did a good job putting together the script for him, and the primary focus was getting him under center. You know, once again, kind of like the speed, everything from the gun and all the out of pocket and play action things that we did with him here. I mean, you turn on just about any tape and see what you need to see there. So we felt like that was going to be the most important thing, and I thought that was a great plan put together, and then Kyler and the guys executed it well.
About 400 people in there, I think, and it was just a pin drop.
Yeah.
Sometimes pretty quiet. What, maybe besides the fact that Kyler's a potential #1 pick, what has captivated people by him? What do you think has been the big draw that's brought so much attention to him?
Well, I would say the whole story. You know, it's kind of a movie script almost right now. You know, the ups of being the player he was, you know, in high school, and then, you know, goes to A&M, the ups and downs he had there, then comes here, sits for a couple years, you know, he's a backup in football, is not playing that great in baseball, you know, his first year, and then all of a sudden, you know, he kind of gets back settled in a little bit, however we want to describe it, and goes to being a top 10 pick, you know, most likely here in 2 different leagues, which is just stupid. I mean, it's just unheard of. I mean, you couldn't even dream that up. And so, and then I think with the way that he's handled it all, you know, because the kid's had a lot thrown at him, and he's continued to, you know, handle everything with humility and with a great maturity.
Back to Marquise, is his speed to play at the next level? And the thing that people are concerned about with Chris Wright here is his size
Right.
and condition never was. Like that. Hit hard, it seemed like ever. All of that, how does that play with his growth potential?
Yeah, they're loving it. I mean, you've seen, I think, what's helped Marquise is, the Tyreek Hills and some of the other great speed players in the league right now that have had a huge impact, and that's certainly helped Marquise as well. And but I mean, his speed is good on any football field, any league, anywhere. I mean, it's a game changer, and people recognize that. Then they also see consistent improvement, consistent production. He got better at the areas he needed to from year one to year two, and those guys always like to see guys that are on an upward trajectory, and he certainly still is.
Lincoln, you were there with Baker last year when he was picked #1 overall. What would that be like to experience that with Kyler, and what do you make of just seeing more and more protections that he could go?
Yeah, it'd be great. I mean, anywhere these guys get picked, I mean, it's life-changing for every single one of them. So it's a great feeling when any of your guys get picked. Certainly, pretty awesome being there with Baker when he went #1 last year. If that happened again for Kyler, that'd be fantastic, no doubt. But wherever he gets picked, wherever all these other guys get picked, we just want it to be in a great situation and want these guys to do well and be successful. And as a coach, that's really all we care about.
Anything else?
All good? All right.